Okay, today you'll be doing your review for your test tomorrow. I just didn't want to leave you alone. Wanted to help you out and give you some chance. But remember, with classifying triangles, we have to remember our 7 vocab words. So I want to pause the video and make sure you have them written down. If they're not on your notes, they should be. Okay, so first off, you want to classify it by angles. If all angles are less than 90, then it's acute. If you have one greater than 90, it's obtuse. If you have one equal to 90, it's right. And if they're all equal, which would have to be 60 degrees, then it's equal angular. If it's equal angular, I want you to write equal angular over acute because equal angular is more specific. Acute just says they're all less than 90, but equal angular says they're all 60. So here I'm doing evens. We have a 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle is a right triangle. On 4, 36, 65, and 79 are all less than 90s, so we have an acute triangle. And then by sides, equilateral, all 3 sides are equal. 2 isosceles, there's 2 sides that are equal. And 3 is scalene, where none of the sides are equal. So we have right, 3.2, 3.2, and 4.5. 3.2 and 3.2, those 2 sides are equal, so isosceles, 2 sides equal, isosceles. Acute, none of my sides are equal, 7.2, 7.8, 4.7, so that's scalene. We do not have an example of equilateral, equal angular, so just to review real quick, all of your sides would be equal. So we'll make this an easy example, 5, 5, 5. Or I call this 4b. And then all your angles would be equal. So to make all the angles equal, I just told you here, they would all have to be 60. So this would be equal angular and equilateral. I just wanted to show you an example of that. These are kind of a package deal. It can't be equal angular without being equilateral. So, all right, next. Remember the interior, all your angles add up to 180. So angle plus angle plus angle equals 180. A lot of you are having trouble with that on the quiz because there's some algebra in here like this one. But 90 plus 57 plus what we're looking for has to equal 180. Or you can just do 180 minus 90, which gives me 90, minus 57, which gives me, I don't know, 180 minus 90 minus 57, 33. 33. If you were doing the equation, you would add them together and get 147 and then subtract 147 from 180. Oops, not that one. I don't like that one. And we already know the answer. It's 33. So 2 different ways if you would like it in an algebraic equation or just simple math. Both work out. Same thing here. All the angles add up to 180. You can list it all out. It just looks complicated. 49 plus 78 plus 62 plus x equals 180. Or you can go ahead and combine like terms. So we only have one x and we have all that. 49, 78, and 62. 49, 78, and 62. The 189. Oh, that's bigger than the triangle. So that means x would have to be minus 189, negative 9. Does that even make sense to have a negative 9? Well, if it's negative 9, 62 minus 9 is 53. Let's just make sure. 62 minus 9. Doing things in my head. It's 53. And then we can check, is 53 plus 49 plus 78 equal to 180. And it is. So you know you had to get x right because your angles add up to 180. So your answer is -9. But if you go one step further, you can see 53 would be what this angle is. So it's okay that x is negative. It's just that an angle is not going to be negative. Okay. Number 10, this is your non-adjacent, not touching interior angles of a triangle, add together to give you the exterior angle. So basically this plus this equals that. So non-touching, we did a quizzes that called it remote angles, interior angles add to give me the exterior angle. So 35 plus 50 equals what we're looking for. So that is 85. If you're doing this one, we're going to have to subtract instead of add because these two add to get me that one. So 85 equals x, or question mark in this case. Okay, so that's 10. Keep going. Still the same concept. The interior angles add together to get me the exterior angle. So 6x plus 64 gets me 16x minus 6. Solve. Okay, your variables on one side. I always move the smallest. Move your constant. I don't always move the smallest on your constant. We're solving for x now. Once you get 1x, you're trying to get rid of everything on the side with x. So 70 equals 10x, and divide by 10. 7 equals x. You can check it by plugging it in, make sure it makes sense, but you don't have to. You get. All right. Isosceles equilateral triangles. We had a whole day on this, yet nobody remembers it. So this is your base. This is your leg. This is isosceles. Isosceles, remember, two equal sides. So your two legs are equal. And then you have your vertex angle up top and your two base angles up bottom. And remember, your two base angles are equal. So your base angle plus your base angle, which are equal, plus your vertex equals 180. But these are equal, so you could say 2 times my base angle plus my vertex equals 180. Same equation, whichever one makes sense to you. You don't even need the equation though. So here's an isosceles triangle. This is the leg. This is the leg. When I taught this unit, all I did was though define the base. So once you know the base, the two angles touching your base are equal. So if that's 35, this is 35. That means we're solving for our vertex angle. Solving for our vertex angle, we know these two, and we know the angles add up to 180. So 180 minus 35 minus 35 is 110. That does look obtuse, so it's an obtuse angle. If you solve this equation for vertex, because that's what we solved for our vertex angle, it's 180 minus your base angle minus your base angle. Really don't like this equation as much. So if you're solving for the vertex, 180 minus 2 of your base angles, which are equal. So again, this is isosceles, two equal sides. So this is my base because these are my legs, and these are equal. Base angles are equal, so x equals 40. Not much to do there. If your base angles are equal, then your legs are equal. Across from your base angles are your legs. So 2x minus 1 equals 11. So 2x equals 12. When you add over 1, divide by 2, x equals 6. So x would have to be 6. So if it was 6, 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 minus 1 is 11. So that's how they equal. So if x is 6, those sides are equal because your legs are equal. Okay. Congruent statement. Complete the congruency statement, naming corresponding angles are congruent. Angles or sides. So I'm telling you, these two triangles are equal. I personally don't like the picture. I think the picture's harder. I just go by this statement. Angle R is congruent to angle, well, R is in the middle and Y is in the middle. So these two angles are equal because they're both in the middle of my congruency statement. Order matters. It's the only thing I can really write here. Order matters. Okay, on to the back. Determine if they're congruent. State how. So 5 ways to know they're congruent. We have side, 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 the easiest one. We have side, angle, side. We have angle, side, angle. We have side, angle, angle, or if you reverse it, angle, angle, side. These all reversed are the same thing, so that's why we don't reverse that one. And lastly, hypotenuse leg. Order matters on these too. Remember, not proving congruent are your bad words and your batteries. Bad words. You know what bad word I'm talking about. Or bad words spelled backwards, because we're all dyslexic a little bit, I'd like to think. So bad words spelled backwards, and then batteries would be your angle, angle, angle. So these do not prove congruent. These prove congruent. So these are our answers. If we get ASS or SSA or AAA, then they are not congruent. So determine if they're congruent. So we have to figure out, are they congruent? So evens, we have this side equal this side because they're 2 dash marks each. This angle equals this angle because they're 1 dash mark each. And they share a side. Sharing a side means they're equal. Choose where you're going to start. You don't want to start here because no matter what triangle you go down, you're going to be skipping 2 things. So if I try to do this, I go down here, I'm skipping the angle and I'm skipping a side. You can only skip 1 thing at a time. So instead of going that way, I'm going to start at a different point. So I can start here or here, your choice. And you go around your triangle. So right now I'm at angle, side, side. Angle, side, side. Oh, that's a bad word. Or if you go the other way, side, side, angle. And that's a bad word spelled backwards. So this proves these triangles aren't congruent. Like this side could be longer. We don't know. This angle could be different. We don't know. So that's why we can't assume information. So no, not congruent. Can't assume information. If you get the bad word or the bad word spelled backwards, make sure you don't have a 90-degree angle because it could be hypotenuse leg. So just be careful there. Last one with me, and then I want you to finish it. 24, label everything. Side, 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 side. Angle, angle, because they're vertical. I'm not assuming that. I know vertical angles are equal from chapter 1. And then you go around your triangle. So we don't want to go this way because we'd be skipping this angle. We'd be skipping this side. We'd be skipping this angle. You can only skip 1 thing at a time. So I'm going to go up instead. Side, angle, side. So these are congruent by side, angle, side. And it doesn't matter which triangle you go over, side, angle, side. It'll still give you the same answer. So, all right, finish it.